Fall Scissors Design Journal page. In this video, I'm sketching a scissors design in my figurine book for a fall needlework ornament swap. This is just a sketch using my Derwent Inktense blocks. I will later chart the design and stitch it up and then construct it into an ornament to swap. Hi. Do you ever have 100 things that you need to get done, but only one thing that you want to do? Well, that's where I am this morning. And the one thing that I want to do is work on another scissors design. I'm in 3 Yahoo groups. One is Art for the Creative Mind, which is an art group. Creative Art Journaling, where we swap art journal pages. And then the third one is a stitching group that I've been in for years. And this fall we are hosting a needlework swap. It's just a small one, but it has a fall theme. And the gals in this group know that I do these scissors designs, and I love doing these scissors designs. I can almost do the scissors, the basic scissors, in my own without designing it out. But then when I add other elements to it, then I have to get a little more creative and design it out. I'm going to work with my Inktense today, and I'm going to work in my figurine book. I love the words figurine book because I have to do a lot of figuring. And I've already sketched out a basic design that I'm going to do. It's going to be a fall design because it's due at the end of September, the deadline. So I am just going to do some quick painting in with the colors. And I'm going to use my water brushes. I think I'm going to use this one and this one, and then this one from Ranger. I think these are Royal and Langtree, but don't take me for sure positive on that. So I want to get a basic sketch down here, and I think I'm just going to start out. And I usually do my scissors in black, the handles, maybe a little black brown. There is, I believe it's 3378, which is a black brown color. And I'm not worried about whether this is going to be perfect. This is just a sketch to say, this is how I want my scissors design to look eventually. And then probably, like I did in my patriotic scissors, I'm kind of dipping it in the water here because I want to clean it a little. Like I did in my patriotic scissors, I will probably go in there and do most of my charting offline. Okay, so I want an orangey pumpkin. And of course that is red, not orange. How come that's so red? There we go, that's better. Up in here. And sometimes I can see the sketch in my head, but once I start applying the color to the page, it takes more of a shape for me. Now, I thought maybe I'd like to do a carving on this pumpkin, but these designs get pretty small, so it might be fun to do just a plain needlework with pumpkin with a carving on it and have it dominate the design, because I'm not sure I could get a carving in this small of an area and have it make any sense. Okay, and let's see. This is a sunflower, so it's going to be primarily yellow. Okay, and I have some leaves in here. I think I'm going to go to a sepia color for my leaves. Kind of like a brownish. Sepia color. It needs just a teeny bit of red in it. Yeah, what color for that leaf? Same sepia color, do you think? Maybe more of a grayish brown. It needs a little green, do you think? Now, I'm not intending to stay within the lines here at all. I just want to basically sketch something out. Put a brown sunflower seed in there. Now I have a ribbon, and I think I'll have that come down here and just kind of flow. Like that. And then it has another ribbon out there. So what do you think of those colors for fall? Now I have lettering, and I have some stitches in here that I've just sketched, saying, okay, I want the satin stitch here, I want the ABCs up here, I want a queen stitch there. It's going to be kind of sampler up here and letters down here. And I'm debating what colors. I've done primarily reds in there and blues. I like the blues, but I also like the browns. I think I'm going to pull my blue up into the lettering. Maybe the ABCs in blue. And I'm just sketching them again here. This is not to be say, oh, it's going to go exactly in this position once I get it charted. I'm going to say I want it relatively in this position, and this line of ABCs may come up above the scissors a little bit more. I see I left my C out of my ABCs. I know how to say my ABCs. I have an eraser here. Let's get rid of those. Just sketch them in here. And D. This is what is fun about art journaling. When I'm getting an idea down here, I can just sketch it. I don't have to worry about, is it exact? I say, I want it in this same general area. And this really is not, so to speak, an art journal. This is my, I'm getting ready to work on a project journal, and it's my figurine book. And so let's put the H-I, and we'll put the J here because I think J is the 10th letter of the alphabet. Let's see if we can get 10 letters across there. At least in this sketch I will. Now I think I'll make my queen stitches a blue too, or at least on this design I will. And I'm just kind of mimic some queen stitches here by drawing straight lines, and then queen stitch is a pulled stitch, and it ends up being rather circular once it gets on the sampler itself. It has some little horizontal stitches there. And here again, this is just to get an impression of what color and where I want to put the designs. Now I don't want too much blue on this because I don't want my blue to dominate. I want the fall colors to dominate. Clean this off a little bit more. And I don't want red, so I think I'm going to go back to my dark browns for my letters here. Now, the person that I'm doing this for may see this design, may see this video before she actually gets her fall ornament. But she doesn't know who she is. She knows that she's one of this is a small swap. There's only 6 of us in there. So one of 6 people will be getting this finished ornament. And here again, I am just sketching out where I want my letters to generally appear. Let me check something over here on my computer. Yep, I'm still okay. And then I'll probably have a name here. I'll just sign it with my name just in writing. Just for here to kind of block out the design itself. Now I'm going to put this water brush down in this water because I want those bristles to kind of get. Now my background, well, I've got some stitches in there to do, don't I? I want them maybe go with this darker green. I want the fall colors. In fact, we could bring a dark green in here with another leaf. And maybe around these leaves. I think I had another leaf sketched in there. Kind of in the background. And a dark green for the pumpkin stem. And let's go with a dark green for some excess here. And they may not be this large. And they may be over-dyed threads. They may not be, which means that they're variegated colors. They may not just be one color. I'm just getting the semblance of my design on here. Besides, it's fun, and I've been wanting to do another scissors design, and this just kind of gets me in the groove to get going on it. Now I want to go back to this orange color and maybe do my sampler stitches, my satin stitches in this orangey yellow color, because it needs some orange yellow. And I'm just going to put some vertical lines in there and say this represents satin stitches. Now there's an area in this design right in there that is coming through from this page. I don't know what that is. That's not part of my design. It's just a part of the page. Okay. Now I want to, oh, I have some, let's do it with the dark green again. I have some square stitches that I'm going to put in there. And those ladies who, or gentlemen who do needlework, know what a satin stitch is, what a square stitch is, what a queen stitch is. So actually they butt up against each other in real life here. Most of the time they do. Okay. So that was pretty good, huh? Let's do some outlining. Let's do these scissors a little different. And then I'm going to have to turn my book a little. And let's see, let's just outline this pumpkin a little. Now in art itself, outlining in black should not really be necessary on an art page, because you should be working with shades and tones. But in needlework, if you want to avoid doing a lot of color changes, and in this particular design I do, it's okay to outline in black. It brings out the design, or it's okay in my world. So I'm just kind of doing a little outlining to bring out the flower here. Woohoo! Now the finished design may take on an entirely different shape for the flower and for the scissors, but it will have these same elements to it. Leaves, a pumpkin, a sunflower. That's what I'm going for. So I'm just kind of sketching it on the page. And to tell you the truth, doing a watercolor sketch or a drawing like this in my needlework designing I usually do it on my computer. Doing it by hand is not something that I typically do. But since my charting software remains packed away, it seems like maybe I have taken up the habit of doing my designs on paper. Now I want this page to be a different color, but I'm deciding what color. An orange color, an orange yellow, a yellowish brown, I think, is more where I want to go with it. So I'm just going to work some of this. My water brushes themselves need to be refilled. So I'm going to use water off of my water jug that I have here. I'm going to go with the sepia in the background again and just kind of fill in some of the background space here real fast. How is that? I'll just get some of this sepia in here. Just enough to say it's part of the background. I'm not shooting for perfection on a sketch. I'm shooting for a sketch to say this is how I think I want it to look. I really like these Inktense colors. Inktense by Derwent. They're the blocks. I like using them just like I would a watercolor. They are very vibrant. I am saving for I only have the 12 color packet. I'm saving for the full set, which I don't know if it's 48 or 24. I think it might be 24 of the blocks. I prefer the blocks to the pencils because I just like to go right into my color. I don't like to have to sit and sharpen a pencil. Okay. I think it's a waste of wood when all I'm after is the color, not the wood. How about that? Is it taking shape, any shape for you? Oops, that's a little too dark in there. Well, that's because I got to the wrong color. Let's do some of this in here. Might need to make these leaves a little more red. A little more vibrant of a fall leaf. Tone down that green a little. Okay, let's see. I could just be using my brush, but sometimes that watercolor brush, I'm getting pretty close down to the end of my water, but sometimes using my watercolor brush like I would a regular paintbrush works for me. I'm just trying to get some more color up in here so that and I suppose I should go with more of the red lines up in there. Bring those out a little bit more. Maybe the same with the green stitches. Now, last of all, let's go back to our black and paint that in a little bit better, just to bring out the design. And here again, this is just a sketch. I'm not okay, I think I'm done with that. Let's put a little more brownish color in here. Bring that, fade that into the background a little bit more. A little more of an orangish color. I think I wanted a little more vibrant. Now what I want to do is make sure my water brush here is as clean as it's going to get. Now I'm going to dry this off a little because it's just... I'm going to take my Faber-Castell and touch up the design a little. Just saying. Okay. And then here, I think I'm going to just add some. This is a pretty thin line. It's not as thick as what I would like. We'll just do some sketching. I wonder if these others are... I bought some markers the other day, just these are jot markers, permanent I never used them before. I just wanted something black. And I didn't care if they're, I don't care if they're not high-end markers. I wanted to try the Faber-Castell because I usually use the biggie. But that one's not giving me the, here, this has a better tip for me. That this is more like what I'm looking for. Yeah, let's see, I have this blue. And really that should be coming over my scissors. There. We'll just let it fool the eye for now. And this leaf should probably be moved over a little. But here again, this is just a sketch. There we go. A sneak peek at my fall scissors ornament design for my swap group. Now I have to chart it. This is just a rough sketch. We'll see how much the finished version looks like the sketch version. I hope you enjoyed watching me work with my Inktense and my Faber-Castells. I had fun doing it, and now I feel like I can go tackle all those 100 things that I need to get done. Thank you for watching.